Hello, everybody, and welcome back. This is JudiciousFire. I'm on iOS. This is part two of 800K altar review, looking at some of my best heroes, basically the heroes that I've maxed out in every way. The first video featured the first six heroes that you see in the altar, that you see here in the queue. This next video is going to focus on the next six heroes. I'm going to be looking at Michael, Sasquatch, Dove, Serena, Lava, as well as Ashura. Let's hop in here. Our very first hero that we're going to be looking at is Michael. With Michael, I have him at skill 12. He's deflecting 75% of the damage that comes his way. He's doing so for 6 out of every 8 seconds. There is a cooldown. Probably his best skill is his ability to increase the attack and attack speed of your team. In many ways, he's a little bit like he's like 2/3 of a Pumpkin Duke. Okay, he's nearly at the Pumpkin Duke level. Now, when he is attacked, and we'll get back to that phrase in a moment, when attacked, he has a 50% chance of summoning an Archangel, which is like a helper to fight alongside of him. That helper is immune to damage, stun, and fear. As far as his talents go, on my most of my heroes, except for two or three exceptions, I have an attack talent and I have a defensive talent. One for offense, one for defense. This way I can use Michael in two completely different ways with the touch of a button. Defensively, I'm running a blade shell on him. Now, this gives him a 40% chance to push back 100% of the damage that he takes. Now, naturally, for 6 to 8 seconds, he's going to be deflecting 75% of the damage. But all that while, there's a 40% chance it's going to be 100%. And this can also be activating in the 2 seconds that his skill is in cooldown. This is kind of a niche talent. I use Michael in a variety of ways. If I'm going to be using Michael defensively, which is the blade shell option, I will often be running an empower. Michael is an auto proc hero. He does not have to be attacked for his skill to function. So what ends up happening is with the empower, as soon as his energy bar fills up, he will buff your entire team, and your whole team gets that huge attack and attack speed boost. If I am in, let's say, a Guild Wars defense mode, I'm defending a base, I'm in some kind of defensive option, what can end up happening is not only is with the Empower, he's going to be buffing the whole team again and again and again, but if somebody sends, a Lazulix my way, that Laz can instantly kill himself simply by attacking my Michael. So it does work in that defensive sense. Now, offensively, I'm typically running a vital boon. Michael is somebody you want to keep alive, and the extra health, 120% health boost, that really helps. He's also a hero that tends to rush ahead at the forefront, at the front of the gang, usually plowing ahead, very much like a plow, knocking everything out of his way. So when he is attacked, Vital Boon has a 60% chance to remove the buffs or the positive bonuses of the three heroes in front of him that he's fighting. Now, that's when attacked. If we look at his skill, we see that when he is attacked, he has a 50% chance of summoning an Archangel. So when he's attacked up in front and he's plowing ahead, a lot of amazing things can happen with this pairing of skill and the Vital Boon talent. When we go to his talent once again, or his skill once again, I want to just point out something. We have about, I'm going to say off the top of my head, 4 or 5 different heroes that have the ability to deflect or reflect damage. Now, to me in this game, they mean pretty much the same thing. The deflect can often mean that if I'm hit for 10 damage, that 10 damage is going to come back at the attacker, or some percentage of that. Reflect often means the same thing. Now, sometimes with reflect, you don't take any damage at all. Deflect, again, this is something that IgG needs to be a little bit more clear on, but they seem to be synonymous. So what ends up happening is by deflecting 75% of the damage, let's say Michael gets hit for 100, 75 of that damage is going to come back at the attacker. All right, so when you pair Michael with something like a stone skin that reduces the damage that he takes, it's also going to significantly decrease his deflect damage. Now, all of a sudden, because he's taking 50% less damage, now all of a sudden he's only getting hit for 50. So 75% of that, about 35 would go back at the attacker. You really want to stay away from something like a stone skin or a sacred light, anything that's going to reduce the damage that's being taken. And that's, again, another reason I chose these two talents. Ashura is another guy. I'll get to that in a moment. But you really want to stay away from anything that causes damage reduction on someone who can reflect or deflect. With Mike, we go to, and I run a whole bunch of different pets on Mike. Michael is a guy that I use to fill in gaps in certain teams. Again, he's like a mini Pumpkin Duke. He's also a great tank up in front. They're going to be releasing the Insane Dungeon 8 series pretty soon, a day from now. And when that happens, I'm definitely going to be using him down in the dungeons. He's got, here's his stats right now. He's going at 28,000 damage. Now, he's not a damage dealer. He's a buffer. He's somebody who's a support hero. He probably does more damage with his reflect than he does with his actual fists. He has 900,000 health. His attack speed is quite slow. The higher that swinging sword number, the slower the hero is. His attack speed's quite slow. His movement speed is a bit high for a hero. The higher that number is, the faster he is. After breakthrough 20, here are the attributes that he's acquired. He's got 3,000 accuracy, 1,700 dodge. Be careful with dodge on heroes that reflect and deflect damage. If they're not getting hit because of a high dodge percentage, then they're not going to be reflecting or deflecting damage at all. Okay, I've seen many Ashuras, I've seen many Mikes, I've seen many deflect heroes where their traits are where people are rolling for 5 dodges on these heroes. It will basically nullify their ability to deflect damage. As far as the rest is concerned, this is basically a part of the breakthrough process. He gets bonuses in many different ways. We'll take a look at his traits in a second. I've got the reflect damage up at 15% with Victory Lunge, as well as a nice little attack boost. I think it pairs very well with his skill. Here's his results of 40 Destiny. And here are his traits. Now, you see I had no dodge on him. I had no critical damage, no crit, but he was very high in those areas. That's just a result of breakthrough. I have 4 level 5 healths to help keep him alive, to give him that 900,000 overall health. A little bit of accuracy, a little bit of crit resist. Just briefly, I've stated this in prior videos, I've never rolled in 1950. I think it's a misuse of gems. It's a misuse of the trait system. If you leave 2 open and you simply roll a 450 on those remaining 2, then what you do is you get 4 rolls for the price of one 1950. And what ends up happening, I found more times than not, you get 2 very nice traits in just 4 rolls. But you have to be willing to make this sacrifice. If you're looking for all 6 traits to be HP, you're not going to get that using this method. You have to accept something like, I think in this result it was accuracy. Accuracy is not something that is necessarily needed on Michael. He's not any kind of a sniper. He's in-front tank. Believe me, he's not going to have any trouble hitting anybody. Let's go back in. And as far as his pets are concerned, I just want to make the point again. I use him to fill in holes, little gaps. I use him very situationally, in a very niche sense. That is why I can run the Empower defensively. I might run a Survival in order to give him the ability to heal. I might run a Revitalize if I want him to immediately proc or activate his skill to give us that big buff. In the dungeons in a day or so, I'm probably going to be running an Iron Will on him. The reason I do not have these talents that I've just shown, like Revitalize or Iron Will, that I don't have those at 9 as his main skill, as main talent, is because I don't like them at 9. If you go to the bottom of your screen, blue tab, purple and yellow book, you go to Talent Compendium at the tab at the top, and it'll show you every talent that's available in the game in reverse chronological order by release date, going all the way back to the very first one, Revive. And it will show you what it does at every level. Let's take Revive, for example. Level 1, 10% health. Skip up to 5. At level 5, 30% health when you come back from the dead. Okay, let's take it up to level 8. You come back with 100% of your health. Now, look at the change that happens at level 9. You revive twice, okay? You come back from the dead 2 times. So what that means is you get 3 lives. The life you're living, you get killed, you come back. That's 1 revive. Now you get a second life. Then after you killed again, you revive again 2 times, and you get to live that life. Okay, so it's 3 lives in 1. This is a talent that's worth taking to 9. Let's use Heavy Blow, for example. Heavy Blow at level 8. You got a 25% chance to inflict coma, to knock somebody out. 25% chance. Let's go to level 9. You got a 35% chance. Nothing really changed, okay? You slightly increased your odds. That is not a talent that you'd want to take to 9. Here's Revitalize. Okay, perfect example. At level 8, you're gaining 100% of your energy, and you're getting a nice attack boost. But that attack boost only lasts 10 seconds. Here we are at level 9. You get 100% of your energy, and you get a little bit more of an attack boost. Okay, you get 20% more attack. That's it. Revitalize is a talent I would never take to 9. I don't believe that it's necessary. You can use it as an insignia. You can use it as a something that you switch around. I'm looking for Iron Will. Okay. Level 8 Iron Will. For 18 seconds, you get 90% more attack, and you're immune to stun. Level 9. For 22 seconds. 4 seconds longer and a little bit more attack. Nothing else changes. It's not something I would want to take all the way up there. Look at Unholy Pact at level 8. Increases your damage by 150%, but you take 20% more damage. Now look at it at level 9. You just went up 40% attack, and that 20% extra you were taking has now dropped down to 15. I've taken this up. So there's many different talents that are worth taking up, and this compendium is a wonderful resource to let you see exactly what you want to do and why. Going back in here, so we have so many different options in terms of the crests and insignias that we can put on Michael, but typically because he's an auto proc hero, I'm running the Empower. All right, let's check out our next guy. This is our good buddy Sasquatch. Let me go back to his skin. Michael's skin is going to give you these bonuses when fully maxed out. 800 attack, and that's not what I'm looking for in Michael. A little bit of extra health. None of this hurts him. let's get to our buddy Sass. Okay, Sasquatch is a hero that he can be a true wrecker, a demolisher. He deals 2,160% of his attack in damage to enemies around him. It's an area of effect attack. It's a circle of doom around him. He freezes them up for a second. He gains immunity to stun. He gains immunity to fear for 5 out of 6.5 seconds. Excuse me, 5 seconds it's operating, then there's a 6.5 second cooldown, and then it begins to operate again. Now, this is an amazing part of his ability. When he's attacked, he recovers health equal to 200% of his attack. The cooldown is 0.2 seconds, so it keeps happening again and again and again and again. It is very important to put Sasquatch in the front row of your teams. If you're using Sasquatch, put him out on the board, first or second. If you're using Sass, put him in the front line of your Lost Battlefield team, your Labyrinth team. As far as his talents are concerned, his defensive talent is Sacred Light. This helps him with health. This helps him with damage reduction. It helps him all around. I'm running this maybe 50% of the time. This is a very well-balanced hero in my estimation. Now, offensively, I'm running him with Regenerate. Remember that part of his skill where he's healing every 0.2 seconds? Well, I'm increasing that now by 130%. And his energy is always going to be peaked, always ready to go. Now, typically, as far as pets are concerned, I have him in... what the heck is this guy's theme? Excuse me a second. Where are you, Sass? Oh, I have him in Aurora. And what Aurora does is he stuns when the hero is attacked, and we want Sass up in front getting attacked. When that happens, when the hero that Aurora is adjoined to, in this case Sasquatch, when Aurora is attacked, he can stun the enemy, and that pairs very well with Sass's freeze. So there's 3 or 4 different reasons why you'd want to have that pet on Sasquatch. Here we are with his bonuses. Now, he's doing 28,000 damage. He's got the 830,000 health. His attack speed is pretty fast for a hero. Lower the speed, the faster the hero is. He's at 900, and his foot speed is pretty good too. So he's an overall pretty fast hero. His accuracy is at 5,000. Dodge at 2,300. Now, he's not somebody I necessarily want too much dodge on. I want him to be attacked. Let's go to Destiny. We see his Destiny bonus. Go back to his skin. You see the effects of his skin, 20,000 health, big attack bonus. That's great on Sasquatch. Let's go back in and look at his equipment. Victory Lunge. I got him up in front. I want him reflecting damage. I want him doing more damage. Okay, here we go. I've got accuracy on him. I've got health. I've got a dodge. Now, I want him to be attacked, but it was probably one of these cases where I had probably these 2 unlocked here at the end, doing a 450, and I came up with an accuracy and a dodge. I was probably looking for more health, to be honest with you. Is this something I might change in the future? I hope that I'm so lucky, okay? I hope that all my heroes are so perfect that this becomes somehow a reason to spend gems. As far as I'm concerned, he's a great build, and we'll check him out in action later. Third, Dovekeeper. I'm going to try to keep this brief. Okay, Dovekeeper is one of the best heroes in the game. At skill 12, she's dealing attack. She's removing the buffs or the positive bonuses to the enemy. She is summoning little love doves. There are 3 birds that help her in combat. She's 4 heroes in one. there's ever a game mode where you have to do a lot of hits quickly, where speed, where DPS, where hits per second, damage per second, where these things are important, use Dove. She's going to be 4 heroes in 1. She has an 18,000 damage cap. It lasts for 8 seconds. Wait a second, I'll make sure this. I believe the damage cap, whatever her cooldown is, from everything I've read about Dovekeeper, her damage cap of 18,000 means this. It means that no matter how much damage she's taking, let's say she takes 100,000 damage, she's only going to be taking 18,000. That's as most as it's going to be. Now, there is a time when that stops. Sometimes these descriptions that they give you of their skill, you have to go onto one of these discussion communities. She's got about a 1 second time period where her damage cap ceases to function. And I know that because I've fought her in Guild Wars so many times, okay? I wait for that moment where the damage cap goes away, and hopefully one of my strikes is going to hit her straight on the noggin. Uh, when her love doves are attacked, and they really can't be hurt, okay? When her little love doves are attacked, when they're off in the board flying around attacking people, when they're being hit, she gets a 45% attack boost. So she's all damage. Um, I have found if you use her defensively, she can be misused. She can be used against you. She is such a brick wall against the enemy. She can take so little damage, and remember, her doves can take basically no damage at all. What that means is if you have pretty powerful heroes with a lot of health, or maybe the ability to heal a lot, then you can put your heroes right upside Dovekeeper. You drop your heroes right on the board next to Dovekeeper. And what ends up happening is your heroes bang on Dovekeeper and her little love doves like they're knocking on a brick wall. And this causes your heroes to gain a lot of energy and to activate their skills. That ends up, it could be nuking the entire enemy team from a distance. And so I don't use Dovekeeper in any defensive situation. Now, will I use her against a computer opponent? Yes, I will. In that situation, I will. But anybody with a brain who's figuring out, maybe I can park my heroes up against Dovekeeper, I would stay away from. Okay, but in something like an Ember Army, uh, the computer's not going to say to itself, okay, let me adjust my strategy based on who's on the board right now or where these doves are located. The computer doesn't work that way. So I run her with 2 offensive talents. Generally, I'm running Unholy Pact. 190% damage increase. Now, she takes a little bit more damage, but she's got that damage cap. She's got only 1 second when she's really vulnerable. When I'm in full-on attack mode, and this is possible because I've outfitted her trait-wise, and I've built a Dovekeeper that is able to crit, to perform critical strikes, where the hit that she performs is worth multiple times damage. So I've given her a Brute Force 9, and this further accentuates that ability. She's not going to crit more often because of Brute Force 9, but when she does, she's going to do a lot more damage. I run her with a variety of healing pets. Typically, I drop her first on the board. Typically, she's the one up in front during an attack sequence of some kind. Right now, I just have her with Mini Angie. It might be Fennec, it might be Rudolph. It could be, it's really any healing pet. I want to keep her alive. She can't heal. That's the only thing she's missing. So I want to, if she's vulnerable for a moment, I want her to be able to heal up. Here are her abilities after Breakthrough 20. Switch back. Doesn't make a difference. It's still the same attribute. But her damage is at 30,000. Now her health is coming in around 610. Is it? Yeah, about 620. She's got a very fast attack speed, and she's relatively a slow mover. She's got 2,000 accuracy, 3,000 dodge, and almost 900 crit. Now, her crit damage, these things, that's a result of breakthrough. We'll get to her traits in a moment. Here she is at Destiny 40. Here she is with her victory lunge. Again, reflecting damage back. People are typically in front of her. And the extra attack is definitely makes the difference. Okay, so remember, she had almost 900 crit. Now, what I found through the breakthrough process, typically levels 15, 16, up to 20, I found that my attributes, let me go back, I'll give you a clear illustration of this. Go to Dove. We go to her attributes. Okay. I found that the Dove that I had before Breakthrough 20, it had the same amount of crit, about 900 crit, but I was running 5 level 5 crit traits. It took me 5 level 5 crit traits to get up to 900 crit prior to Breakthrough. Now we go in here, and I only have 3 level 5 crit traits. So I found that my crit level, it was more than sufficient. In fact, I wanted to put a little dodge on her so she wouldn't get hit directly as often in combat. So I ended up taking 2 of the crits away, and I ended up re-rolling on her for some dodges. I ended up getting some crit resist as well. I'm perfectly happy with this setup. With that brute force, she takes out pretty much anybody. I've said this in every one of my Guild Wars videos. I'll give you another example of a hero in a moment, but for right now, in every one of my Guild Wars attacks, I'm running brute force on Dove. I'm giving her the ability to crit and to crit hard. I'm also doing the same on Levanica. The only way to take out, let's go back to Michael. The only way, this man has 900,000 health. The only way to kill a level 20 breakthrough hero, that is a hero from the last 2 years in this game, the only way to do that is with a million crit strike straight over the head. If you're hitting even for, let's say, 250,000 a hit, you'd have to hit him 4 times before you're able to take him down. All he needs is a survival or a healer on his team, or some heavy dodge, or his deflect to go up, and you're done. Okay, so you've got to be able to take heroes out with one shot, and the only way to do that is with very, very heavy crit. So I recommend this, but you have to balance the attributes. She's got to have at least, I would say, at least 750 crit before it becomes reliable, and it's not such a dice roll. By 800 and up here around, I was at something like a 980, and it was almost too much. I'd rather just have her avoid combat so much. So I was able to take the crit down, and she's doing fantastically. As far as her insignia is concerned, right now I've got her with the ability to heal. We can go a couple of different ways. I've done her with Unholy Pact, but then also the Brute Force. Remember, if you assign the same talent and the same crest or insignia, the 2 will not add together. One will be canceled. So I've run her that way as well, and typically when I am in like Guild Wars attack mode, I do Brute Force with a Sharpen, and let me show you the details of that. And the Sharpen at level 8 increases your critical rate by 30%. So she already has a significant crit rate, but that has now been boosted by another 30%, and it gives her an extra 20% accuracy in battle. Really, really nice. Let me go back. I have her in different game modes, locked into layouts. I don't want to be running my brute force setup in those. What was I running on her? I was survival. Okay, very good. Let me show you her skin. At level 10, you get a nominal health boost, but an 800 attack bonus, as well as a 315 on all of these accuracy, dodge, crit. An amazing skin. One of the ones that's one of the more productive skins that's been offered by IGG. Let's move on. We've got Serena. Serena is another member of my Guild Wars attack team. I pair her with Triantar. In many ways, I consider Serena and Triantar to be like a brother and sister. They do things in a similar way, but then they do another thing in a completely different way. Tree can revive people. She can as well. Tree can revive 7 people. She can only bring 3 of your heroes back, but she brings them back with 100% health. Every couple of seconds, she will regain her own health as well as hit the enemy from a distance. I think sometimes I forget that Serena does this. She's a pretty good sniper. Now, she's not in league with like a bogeyman. I've never really used her in any kind of a sniper capacity, but she has that ability to hit heroes from afar. And this is why I use her more often than not. Tree will give you a damage reduction. Look at what she does, okay? Completely different than what he does. He does damage reduction, she does attack increase. Every 3 seconds, she's going to give one of your friendly heroes a 100% attack increase. Okay, so you have 6 heroes on a team. One of those 5, and I do this in Guild Wars, if it lines up with Levanica, with Dovekeeper, I can hit for several million. If you wanted to line up to be assigned this 100% attack bonus to be assigned to a specific hero, create a team of 2, Serena and Minotaur. All of a sudden, Minnow gets 100% attack increase. You pair that now with Cupid, and you have a 50% chance that it's going to be assigned to either Minnow or Cupid. So it's a random thing to have happen, but it's always going to be happening. And when it does, she will heal them for 600% of her attack. I've got her with 2 different talents. One offensive, one defensive. Now, 93% of the times I'm running Sacred Light. It's going to give her health and damage reduction. That's something that she doesn't have and she needs. Offensively, if there is a situation that calls for it, maybe I have a Revitalize insignia on her, I want her to activate her skill immediately. Range is a concern. I might go this with the Zealous Drive to give her a little bit of damage reduction, a big attack bonus. Maybe if I were sniping with her, but again, I'm typically just running the Sacred Light. I have her paired up with AVR. Now, this helps to silence a hero. I think it works very well with what she does. Shut somebody down even when she doesn't necessarily have to be attacked. It says when the hero attacks. So she can be in the back row attacking from a distance, even with the Zealous Drive in the back from a distance. That's perfectly fine. Now, if it's a Guild Wars attack, I'll typically be running some kind of a healing pad on her. Here she is with her attributes. She's got 27,000 damage. She's doing about almost 700. She has about 700,000 health. She has a pretty slow attack speed and pretty slow movement speed as well. She's got 3,000 accuracy, 3,600 dodge. Let's take a look at her Destiny 40. I didn't talk about her crests. Right now, I typically would have her in survival. But you also have this fantastic option. She is an auto proc hero. You can sit her on your base with something like an Empower, and she will activate her skill again and again and again. She can be in the center of your base, and maybe your more heavy hitters can be on the outside ring of your base. And what will happen is she'll be buffing one person for 100% attack every 3 seconds, healing that person, healing herself. If anybody dies, she's going to be able to bring back a maximum of three at a time. It's quite amazing. She does a great job. She's a great utility hero. Go back here. I have Malaise on her. Again, I use her with Triantar. And what happens is, if I'm attacking in like a Guild Wars scenario, and it's like the typical defense, then after my initial attacks, the heroes that are remaining will be Dovekeeper and Levanica, the two with a damage cap, the two that can't take any more than a certain amount of damage, except for a brief window of opportunity where they're vulnerable. Well, with Malaise, she is able to stop them from healing, and it only works on two heroes at a time. But I'm only really interested in stopping the healing on two heroes, okay? The ones that can almost never be killed. This way, they're never going to be able to heal up. Also, because I use Tree alongside of her, we're now able to stop the healing on up to four heroes. Let me go into her traits. I've got some dodge on 3/5 dodges, crit resist, a little accuracy. This crit is something I'm not interested in. It might have been one of these cases where I'm doing like this. I roll a full 450, I get a crit resist. I think, it's not too bad. I get a crit, I think, it's kind of useless. But I'm not such a demo about it that I have to go and re-roll all those. Let me go into here. Where are you, Serena? Let's go into her skin. At level 10, she's getting a small, HP boost. She's getting a big attack boost. That's nice for her. As a sniper, she's not somebody I would use in that capacity, but she has that ability. She has a nice accuracy and dodge boost. Okay, number 5. Levanica. Now, Levanica is a hero that is one of those once-a-year dragons. He's our most recent dragon. His skill description, I want you to take a look at this. This is like, we're reaching novel length here, okay? You look at somebody like Paladin. He's got one line of he takes less damage for a few seconds. Okay, this guy he's got a whole list of ingredients. So we've got ourselves. He goes out on the board. He's a regular Levanica dragon. He can remove the bonuses from 2 enemy heroes. He does damage to 3 nearby heroes. He increases the damage they take by 50%. Then all of a sudden becomes a magma Levanica dragon. Okay, this is after he has a couple drinks in him. Then he starts dealing damage to almost 2,000% of his attack. This is where he starts to turn people to jelly. He takes away their buffs, their bonuses. He gives you paralyze. Yeah, he stuns you. Oh my goodness. He recovers 100% of his health. He's a full-on healer, but only for himself. He can take no more than 10,000 damage per hit. He's immune to basically everything that the game can throw at you. And he also recovers his energy very quickly. Now, he can only take 10,000 damage per hit, but like Dovekeeper, there's a window where that ceases to function. I believe on Levanica, it's 2 seconds. So Dove takes 18,000 damage again and again, and then for 1 second, she's vulnerable. Lava takes 10,000 damage again and again and again, but for 2 seconds, he's vulnerable. I have him on a Sacred Light. Now, Sacred Light is something that's going to give him health. This is the defensive side of it. But it's also going to give him a damage reduction of 60%. That will not be helping him during the, let's say, let me get very specific here. During the 6 out of the 8 seconds that his damage cap is functioning. Okay, so he's going to always be taking 10,000 damage. This damage reduce, that won't be affecting that in any way. But when that ceases to function and he becomes vulnerable, then the Sacred Light is going to kick in. Okay, so that's why it's a very good defensive talent for Levanica. Offensively, huge attack boost with Unholy Pact. I don't mind the extra damage that Levanica takes because he's got a damage cap. He's one of those heroes, like Dove, like Anubis, and here Levanica, that I have put the Unholy Pact, and I've not felt any regret whatsoever. I'm not worried about the extra damage. I have Fennec on him. Typically, I'd probably be running Fennec on Dove in an attack scenario and Rudolph on Levanica. But right now, I'm using Levanica as kind of a defender of my base. I like the Fennec pet. Fennec pet is a pet that only activates when the hero is being attacked. Because Levanica is typically being attacked, because he's often the first or the last guy left on the board, Fennec will definitely be operating. Fennec is going to be healing up Levanica in addition to what Levanica already does. He's also going to be casting a Psi Shield, a block, a wall against some kind of negative status, some kind of bad thing happening to us. Here are his stats. He's got about almost 30,000, say 29,000 damage. He's got almost 783,000 health. He's got a fairly average attack speed. He's got a better than average foot speed. He's got 2,000 accuracy, 4,700 dodge, 800 crit. Now, he is the second hero that I've outfitted with the ability to deliver critical strikes. And it is because of Levanica. Run this way. We'll go to his insignia. Right now, I'm giving him triple heals, basically. Okay, I've got Fennec Pet. I've got Survival Insignia to heal as well. Levanica heals, triple heals. But if I'm attacking with him, I'm running the Brute Force, and it's going to multiply his critical strikes against the enemy. That, with Unholy Pact as his base talent multiplier, we're looking at, 1,000,000 damage. Go back. Here he is at Destiny 40. Here he is with his equipment. Again, Victory Lunge, Reflect, and also big boost in attack. Here's his skin at max level 10. You see a huge attack increase, as well as a fairly significant accuracy, dodge, and crit. Go back in. Go to traits. Okay, now, he is somebody who isn't as prone to crit as Dovekeeper. And so it is somebody who I did have to really work on, really chisel over a period of time, trait-wise, in order to get his critical strike ability up into the 800s. I've got 5 level 5 crits. Now, can I do this and try to get 1 extra crit? Yeah, I certainly can, but he would be a very low priority. He's doing just fine. I've not seen anything but great things from this guy since the day I got him. Let me go back in here. Crest-wise, you've got the survival option. I have gone with the brute force option. You do have the revive option. I think that is that could be a great talent for him as well. You can do that insignia-wise. There's a lot of different ways that you can run Levanica. And he's one of those heroes I think that's going to endure for a very, very long period of time. Last of our six that we're looking at today is Ashura. Ashura is an amazing hero all around. At skill level 12, and his skill description is pretty succinct, but he does a lot in those few words. He's dealing a big, big attack against 5 nearby targets. He's reducing their energy. It's sort of like corrode every second. They lose 26 energy. It activates as soon as Ashura begins to attack in a battle, and it just continues throughout the entire time. He's immune to stun, he's immune to fear, and he deflects 50% of the damage that's coming his way. If he gets hit for 100, 50 is going back at the attacker. It's not stopping 50 damage from happening to Ashura. No, it's not. But it's going to send 50 of it back at the attacker. As far as his talents are concerned, defensively, I'm running him with a Blade Shell. The Blade Shell is amazing talent on Ashura. You've got the 50% of damage that he's reflecting back at the enemy, and that's happening all the time. Okay, so all the time, 50% is going back at the enemy, but you have a 40% chance all the time of 100% of the damage being taken. Now, a talent like Blade Shell, it does have a bit of a cooldown, but let's say every 3 seconds you're getting this opportunity. It only has to happen once. As far as Ashura goes, the attack talent that I've chosen is Vital Boon. It's going to raise his health. It's going to give him the chance to remove the buffs or positive bonuses or statuses of the enemy. Let's take a look at his skill again. Okay, like Michael, he's somebody who deflects damage. We see he deflects 50% of all incoming damage. Now, if I gave him Sacred Light, that gives him a damage reduction. He's going to reflect less damage. And one of the great things that he does is reflect damage. I want to accentuate that. I want to give him the ability to do so with Blade Shell even more often. I want him with a Vital Boon in more of an attack scenario. I want him to have greater health. I want him to take away the buffs and bonuses of the enemy. And then when they're stripped down, deflect that damage back. That's how he takes people out. So it's something you want to be careful of. A Stone Skin or a Sacred Light, some kind of damage reducing talent is going to really hurt him. And Dodge is going to really hurt him. He's there to get attacked. He's there to actually take attacks. This is another reason why Vital Boon is so great. When attacked, this 60% chance to debuff activates. So you want him to be attacked. I have him in survival, gives him the ability to heal. Most of the time, if not all the time, I'm running survival on Ashura. The pet, what's the pet's name? What's this little thing's name? What's her name? Oh, Celestin. She gives the ability to provide the chance to debuff, and that goes very, very well with his skill, and very well with both of the talents that he has. His attack and health attributes, he's at 28,000 attack. He's at, it's going to be 840,000, approximately 840,000 health. He's got a very fast attack speed and a very fast foot speed. 2,000 accuracy. The dodge isn't something I was after. That's a result of level 20 breakthrough. The crit as well. You'll see his traits in a moment. There he is at level 40 Destiny. I went with the Victory Lunge. Works great with his ability to deflect damage. Works great with his ability to do a lot of attack damage. Here's his skin. Gets a big attack boost. It's pretty much the general new skin combo. 800, 315, 315, 75, 20, 75. Let's go back in. Go to equipment. Let's take a look at his traits. I wanted health on him, as much health as I could get. I wanted to stay alive, so I went with rolling, trying to get health. I had to adjust all of these attributes on Ashura once he turned a breakthrough 20. Everything's turned around on the guy. So I went all health, and the crit was not something I was after, but I like the crit resist on him. He is somebody who can get killed like in arena. He can get one-shotted, maybe two-shotted, but if he has a good high crit resist, he can prevent that from happening. I wanted to show you an example. This is a fantastic example. I saw this. I went out earlier and I turned off my game. Now, I want to show you something. Stop. Okay, let's take a look. Here's my. We reached system reset time. Here's my Ashura. He's in the bottom left-hand corner near the gold vaults. Okay, let me take this. Stop flashing. Near the gold vaults. I want you to keep your eyes on those gold vaults. I'm going to be attacked by a Lazulix. The Lazulix has a level 9 revive. So the Lazulix gets its first life, it comes back. It gets a second life, it comes back revived twice now, and gets a third life. Look at what level 9 Blade Shell Ashura does to this Lazulix. And I've seen it. I've seen this once, twice, 3 times a lady. Ashura is amazing. Watch. There's a shield up against Lazulix right now. Watch when the shield goes, he dies. Now he's revived, shield's up. Watch when the shield goes down. He dies. He comes back for his third life, shield's up. Watch when the shield goes down. He dies. Okay, done. Ashura didn't even attack. Ashura just stood there. So it was during that encounter when I replayed that I thought, this is a wonderful example for today. I wanted to go over Ashura's amazing abilities anyway. Let me go ahead and get this garbage. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Back to our main man. All right, so we've got a number of things, but I typically run with a survival in order to keep this guy alive. So be careful with damage reduction on deflect or reflect heroes. I just want to say it again, and be careful with dodge, okay? Both of those things, damage reduction and dodge, are going to actually prevent one of the great aspects of the skill from being functional to begin with. Let's use the 6 heroes. Let's get everybody out. Let's use the 6 heroes that we just talked about, and let's use them in a variety of situations. Okay, what do we got? It's Mike. It's Sass. It's Dove. It's Serena. It's Lava. It's Ashura. All right. Now let's go in and let's make a couple of adjustments because I touched a lot of buttons along the way here. So we're on Vital Boon. Let's try, I'm going to be attacking. Let's try a Vital Boon with that. Let's give him, you know what, let's give him a Revite. Let him go off right away. All right, let's do Sass. Let's go with Regenerate. Yep, and Survival. Perfect. We go in Dove Keeper. Let's go Brute Force. Let's change the Survival up. Just like we were doing at Guild Wars style. Let's put Fennec pet on her. Alright, we got Sacred Light. That's great. Survival. Let's replace. Let's put Mini Angie. Nice healing pet. Lavanica. Let's go to. Let's do a little mix and match with this man. Alright. Do this with Brute Force. Let's put one more healing pet. He's going to be up in front. It can be a healing pet that activates when we're under attack. Bingo. And Assure. Let's do attack Assure. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? How about let's put Eulophant. If we're going to be running some dungeons, I'd like the ability to get away from the stun towers. How we doing with Mike? We do a better pet for Mike. Again, I'm trying to fill in some gaps with Mike, not this. No, I don't want this. Let's see here. Let's try Reaper when the hero is attacked. So that's great. Mike's always going to be running ahead, getting attacked. Okay, let's try a couple of different modes. Let's go insane. Start at 5. Insane 5-10 with this team of 6. Okay, I have no Warden team, but that's okay. I think we're going to be all right. Let's go with Dove first, followed up by Lava, followed up by rest of the gang. Watch the enemy heroes. Watch them start disappearing. Okay, we got 5-10. We can stop that. Let's go into, let's try 6-10. We're going to be getting an update in a couple of hours. Then we're going to have Insane 8. All right. I'll take you on a video tour of my first tries through Insane 8-1. Give it a try. Now, I don't know what's going to happen when we're up in front of these demons. Okay, we lost Michael. Serena will bring him back, though. It's one of her main abilities. We're right up in front of this gang of demons. Oh, we're taking them out. Sass is back from the dead. Serena will bring Ashura back. Boom. Dove's walking around the board, taking out the buildings. Remember in the Insane Dungeon series, you don't have to kill off the heroes. You only have to destroy the buildings, and we're getting destroyed. We went smack dab in the center, right up against those demons. That's not good. You should really walk around the board trying to destroy the buildings. Let's see. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. And that's good. Let's try a couple of attack scenarios out there. All right. Let's drop Dove, Lava, Sass, rest of the bunch. Get out of here while we still got the chance. I'm used to Guild Wars. I'm running this like it's Guild Wars. I got Michael in here. I've got Sasquatch in here. I'm throwing him right up against Dove. I'm used to a certain and specific attack style, and this is not it. Let me try. Let me try something different. Let me do. Oh, all right. Here we go. I got Mike out there, Sass in here, Dove back here. Who's right here? Serena, that's excellent. Bingo. Okay, let's try a couple of hero trials and stuff. Let's do hero trial hard. It's 3 new ones. This is a good opportunity to hit the. It's a free refresh, but I have to change gems. No, I don't want that. All right, let's try it against Warlock. Remember, we have Sasquatch in here. Okay, this is not necessarily the team that we want, but this is a team that we're going to get. It just happens to be the next 6 in the queue. Beautiful. Let's try Vlad. Look at that Sasquatch doing work down there. Oh, here comes Dovekeeper to take out those couple of... Oh, and Mike is... Everybody's good. Everybody's fine. Let's take on Siren. Oh, she tore up my... either my heroes or my bases. We'll give it one more shot against Siren. Taking on 30 max level Sirens here. Let's see what happens. Level 255, apparently. Oh, we got her that time. How many more of these I got? Wow, I got a lot. Let's try... let's try once against Triantar, and then we'll move on. Another game mode. Done. I'm going to want to be the first person to get a level 9 tower. We'll see what happens. Let's see here. Let's try an expedition. Can I do it with these 6? Yes, I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. All right. Let's try Sasquatch. Just drop Sasquatch in the back and just watch him work. Just watch him do work. He's taking on Dread Drake. That's it. Look at them taking out the walls. That's a thing of beauty. He's still got Golem to deal with. Woof. That's brutal. Let's try Ashura. Drop Ashura out here. Let's see what happens. Oh, I didn't mean to drop those other guys. Well, everything's going to get smashed. Got him. Let's go to... where are you? Let's go to Mike. Let's go to Blade Shell Mike. Let's go to Blade Shell Ashura. Let's go back in. Expedition. Bada bing. Alright. Drop, say Ashura right here. Mike right here. Real nice. Everybody's going. Let's keep going. Let's go with Sure up front. Mike behind. Take it on that dread rake. Yeah, not a problem. Mike got killed by candy cane. Yeah. Let's go to, let's finish this off the old-fashioned way. Just do a couple of these the old-fashioned way. Our buddy Minnow, just by himself. That's too much for Minnow. Okay. As we wrap it up, I just want to point out again that these a couple of heroes in the front of my altar. These are some of the heroes that I'm trying to show the most love to by maxing them out first. They're the ones I'm typically using more often than not. And it kind of happens that way in terms of hero development in this game. You see the heroes that you use more often than not, and they tend to move towards the front of your altar. Up next in this series, I'm going to be doing a look at Bogeyman. I'm going to be doing a look at Lazulix. I'm going to be doing a look at Rosaline, Mahatma, Commodora, Ghoulam, the rest of the gang. I'm going to go, I don't know, maybe into the top 20 as far as the heroes are concerned that I'm using today in a variety of combinations and that I feel are really making a difference as far as their ability to team up with one another and their ability to take on these varying game modes. I want to thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to the new update, and I'm going to see you pretty soon on another one of these installments, as well as a look at the new Insane Dungeons 8. All right, see ya. Bye-bye.